they've given us how much that is per year. If it wasn't, we'd have to times that by 52. Okay, so they've given us that, so we'll start by writing down, like we always do, write down what we know. So we'll start with writing down what we know. So his income, okay, so his income equals $54,600 per annum. And then it tells us that he has receipts, which are deductions for $375 and some for donations. So we'll write that down. Deductions equals $375. So this means his taxable income equals income minus deductions. So it's a good idea to actually write it out, because now you're going to show where the numbers came from. So this is $54,600 minus $375. So I've just put it in the calculator and it's left us with $54,225. Not percentage, dollars. So that's his taxable income. Now we're going to use a tax table using our buckets. So we can see that he's earning, well, he's in the tax bracket of $54,000. So he's earning above $45,000. So he's in this tax bracket here, which means he's going to be taxed at 30 cents. So we'll do the same calculations as we did for the previous video. He's earning $54,000, $54,225. We have to find the difference to find out how much is in that bucket. So $4,000, what's the difference? So you'll see that's $9,225. $9,225 is the difference. We have to multiply it by the 30 cents, 0.3, and we'll put that in the calculator. So we've already got it in there. So it's times 0.3 equals $2,767.50. So we'll say $2,760. Just put that in. 2,768. So that's how much tax he owes for that amount of income. So I nearly made the mistake that I told you guys to avoid. This is actually how much tax is owed for that bucket that's in this tax bracket here. Oops. So for this tax bracket here, so that's how much he's actually got in that tax bracket there. What we have to add is the $5,092 for all the money that's in the buckets beforehand, so in the tax bracket beforehand. So we have to remember to add the $5,092 for the bucket beforehand. So if we put that in the calculator, we get $7,860. So that's how much he actually owes for his taxable income. Makes sense. One thing you need to know when you're an adult is if you do not pay health insurance, you have to pay a Medicare levy, and that is taxed at the rate of 2%. That is taxed at 2% of your taxable income. What does that look like? So the equation looks like that. The equation looks like 2 over 100 is 2% times taxable income. The taxable income is $54,225. Put that in your calculator and you will get an answer of, $1,084.50. So that's your Medicare levy. Now it says add your tax payable to your Medicare levy. So D, total tax payable equals your tax liability plus your Medicare levy which equals $7,860 is your tax liability, or Richard's tax liability, plus $1,084.50 for the tax. So your total tax liability is those two added together, which is $8,944.50. So we'll round it up. 8,900 and I've already forgotten. $45 because we've rounded it up. The textbook might say differently. That's fine. I've just rounded it up. The taxman doesn't like working in cents. So that's the total tax liability. E says express it as a percentage. So the percentage is going to be, make sure you read the question because it might be the other way around, times 100. Okay, so then we actually sub the values. So what's your total tax? 8,945 by your tax, which is 54,225. Times that by 100. Put that in your calculator. I would have the answers underneath. I've just run out of space. So 16.5%. I think it wanted to one decimal place. Oops, 5%. Not quite finished. During the financial year, Richard's employer only paid, well, when I say only, wow, $7,797. Where you can see Richard needs to pay more. So his employer, this is F, employer paid $7,797. Therefore, Richard owes the difference. Can't just say that, we actually have to work it out. So he has to pay $8,945, and that's how much tax he owes, and his employer has only paid $7,797. So we'll see what the difference is. He owes $1,148. So he owes that amount of $1,148, and I've put it in the red because he owes it. So he's going to have to find that some time after his tax is done. So he has a liability of $1,148. I hope this helps you get through this difficult topic.